Gonna let you know a little secret. It's about taxing the top 1% of the population, or a company or corporation, whatever you want to call them, on their income. They do not pay income tax. These people and corporations, they collect taxes. They're tax collectors. They don't pay taxes. So here's how it works. You got $1 million worth of product you want to sell. You want 10%, it's $100,000. Well, you just made $100,000. Government says you owe me 35%, which is $35,000. Well, me as a company or a rich person are not going to pay that $35,000. Come on, I got a better way. And here's how it works. Take the 10% times 35%, you get 3.5%. 3.5% times $1 million, $35,000. So it doesn't make any difference if you do 10% of the 100,000 or 3.5% of the whole amount. They're the same thing. So here's what I do. I got a product. It's finished. I got a total cost in it. I add my 10% amount to that cost, and all of a sudden I got a new cost. Well, I'm going to pay taxes, right? No, I'm not paying taxes. My buyer, my product's going to pay my taxes, so I'll add the 3.5% of the total cost that I just did again, and then I sell at that price. Well, guess what? The guy walks in the door, buys that product, bingo. He pays me the whole price, which includes my 10%, and then I pull out the 3.5% amount of that and give it to the government. It's called a consumer tax. It's been there for a long time. It's always been there. You just didn't recognize it. Now let's do an example. I got a bunch of cotton seed. It has a certain fixed cost. I want 10% on the sale of it. So I'm going to add 10% in. Then I need to pay my taxes. I'm going to add another 3.5% of the total cost into that. And that's the price I'm selling my cotton seed to the farmer. So you got a farmer, grows cotton, then you got a cotton broker, buys it from the farmer. Then you got a cotton processor that buys it from the broker. And he's going to process it, clean it, make it into cloth, dye the cloth. Then he's going to sell that to someone that sews and cuts the cloth to make garments, shirts, dresses, suits, whatever's made out of cotton. Now they got all these articles and they're going to sell to a clothing distributor. Now they got a clothing distributor is going to sell to a store outlet. Penny's, Sears, whoever, clothing store. Now you got 7 stages. If you counted them, you got 7 stages. You got the owner of the seed, you got the farmer, you got the cotton broker, you got the cotton cleaner that's going to put it into cloth and dye it. Then you got the person, the group, the entity is going to sew and cut the cloth, cut and sew the cloth. Then you got him selling to a broker, clothing broker, and then they sell to the stores. 7. Got it? 7 stages. So you take 7 stages of these and you got 3.5% of those totals, these individual respective totals. 7 times 3.5 is 24.5%. That's the consumer tax when you walk into the store and buy that shirt, dress, or whatever it is made out of cotton. You're the final purchaser. You pay all that tax that everyone collected, gave to the government. You're the consumer. So you can't tax a corporation. You can't tax an individual because they all are going to put the tax cost onto the product and make it a consumer tax, and whoever buys it pays the tax. That's pretty simple once you think about it. So here we are. We're sitting there. Everybody pays the consumer tax. The widows, the orphans, the poorest of the poor. You and I, everybody. Now the government wants to cut that corporate tax from 35% to 15%. Well, guess whose tax they're cutting? They're cutting the consumer's taxes. They're cutting taxes for you, for everybody. Widows, orphans, the poorest of the poor, everybody. They're cutting their taxes just with that one item. Then you want to make all the other tax categories into simplified ones. So when you do have to pay a tax as an individual or a purchaser, your taxes are lower there too. And you're paying less tax. Sounds to me you want to call your congressman, you want to talk to your senator, because you want them to cut that tax. In fact, not just a 15, that's a start. You want to take it to 0. Now think about that. If you go to 15%, we're going to have one of the lowest countries taxing corporations. What do you think the companies in Europe, around the world, are going to do? They're going to build companies here. They're going to sell here. And they're going to make a lot of money because they're not paying income taxes on it. Well, you cut it to 0, and you're not going to be able to find a square foot that there's not a factory going to be wanting to be built on it. Jobs. We're talking millions of jobs. Tens and 20 and 100 million jobs. They'll be calling you, bidding for your services to come work for them. You don't send out 3,000 resumes hoping you get a call from somebody. No, you're going to list your name, your skills, your telephone number, and they'll ring your phone off the hook. Not the cheap stuff either, not the $10, $15 an hour. It's going to be the $20, $25 an hour and up, depending on your skill sets. So it looks to me that you want to get behind our leadership in the White House and get this tax cut through. Next thing we're going to talk to you about is a little dirtier than this, and it concerns the swamp. We're going to show you how to drain it. You have a good day. And make sure you put this video on all your social networking that you do. We need 150 million people to see this. Because you get those kind of numbers and you will get that tax cut. You will get that job. You will get that good pay. So you have a good day and think about it, but pass this along. And I take contributions for my network. I don't have a sponsor. I don't have any click income. I'm just getting whatever I can get people to contribute that feel that this video will help them or their friends. So that's up to you. You'll find a PayPal button there that says probably pay now, and then just go in and put the amount you want to donate and click it through for me. And I appreciate that and thank you.